In this video, we'll take up the homework on solving quadratic equations by factoring. The first question was pretty straightforward because it was already expressed in factored form, so all you had to do was apply the zero product property, and then you'll know what the roots are. Now question 2 though, question 2, none of them were factored for you. So number 2 is a great question. Just practice your ability to solve quadratic equation. Can you factor? And if you can't factor, we're just practicing that skill again just to refresh your memory. So just factor, and then you'll be able to find the, well, apply the zero product property and then find the roots to the equation. So I'll just let you glance over the solutions. For question 3, you're given the equation and you're basically asked the zeros and explain their significance. So the zeros are 5 and -2. You have to reject -2 because they represent when the ball hits the ground, and you can't hit the ground before you threw the ball. Okay, and it's clear for 3b. I just drew the graph to show that t must be, well, the quadratic is meaningless when t is less than 0 or when t is greater than 5, because you haven't thrown the ball and at 5 seconds it hits the ground. So it's meaningless when it's less than 0 or when it's greater than 5. All right, for question 4, basically the same as question, question 4 and 3 are very different. So question 4, you're given the zeros and you have to make the quadratic relation in standard form. So I generated the factors and then I expanded because they wanted it in standard form. How did I know? Basically, I got the factors from the zeros and then I expand and simplify. Is this the only answer? And the answer is nope, because you could have basically have a here to be any real number except 0, and you'll have the same zeros, 2 and -3. Because if you think about factoring, it's a times x minus r times x minus s. I don't have to let a equal 1 like I did in 4a. I can let a equal, well, any real number except 0. Okay, for question 5, when will the height of the ball be 15 meters? So let h equal 15 and then solve that equation. Set equal to 0 and then simplify, factor, zero product property. Okay, and why does it make sense that there are 2 answers? It makes perfect sense there are 2 answers because it goes up and then it goes down. So you reach 15 meters, you exceed it by going to the maximum, and then you come back down, you reach 15 meters again. Let's see, for how long will the ball be in the air for? That's basically asking you when it hits the ground. So once you know when it hits the ground, you'll know how long it was in the air for. Okay, so that was the homework solutions on solving quadratic equations by factoring. I really think the most important question was number 2. It's just really practicing your ability to solve a quadratic equation. Okay, hope you have fun.